Hi everyone, and welcome to Strength in the Numbers. And as this is our first ever episode, you're probably curious to know as why we're doing this. So, I believe fundamentally that good finance plays an important part in providing a well functioning world for ourselves, our families, friends, and communities. And that finance, or as we call the numbers, is how the transactions between people, businesses, and governments get translated so that our economies and enterprises can make decisions about how to be successful now and into the future. And accountants and finance professionals play an important role in doing that translation. And we've been around the world so much so that there's about 5 million or so accountants and finance professionals in the world. And each of us have our own goals that we're trying to meet around work-life balance, learning the right skills, getting fairly paid for what we do, and having a fun career. But also we've got our own challenges, fears and obstacles to get around and move away from, particularly with the unsettling times around digital disruption and what some commentators are calling Industry 4.0. And actually, if we think about it, there's two megatrends happening in our world at the moment. One is the digitization of our profession, where robotic process automation is doing the dirty and the dull work that we used to do early in our careers, where we've got blockchain revolutionizing how we do ledger and trap data around the financials and the numbers. And we've also then got the artificial intelligence, which is helping us make better decisions and freeing us up to maybe work on more of the second mega trend, which is finance business partnering, where we're now coming up from behind our desks. So we're talking to customers and our business partners and providing them with considered commercial angles on what all the numbers mean and what we need to be doing in the future to be more successful. And, when I look at the statistics, they often quote 9 out of 10 businesses fail. I tend to get quite defensive because that's suggesting to me that we could be doing a better job as a profession if so many businesses are failing. So I actually took the time to deconstruct those numbers and crunch them. And what I found is to actually be true. I gathered data from the US, the UK, and Ireland. And even if a business had survived or been established for the first 10 years, there's still a very strong chance that only one of those will be around 20 years later. And then you have to start to wonder, well, most of those businesses would have accountants or finance professionals supporting them. So then people might start blaming the universities or certification bodies or higher level education authorities for not teaching us or helping us understand the right skills we need to help businesses be successful. And then I'm thinking that's probably a bit unfair because these education authorities, these bodies aren't structurally set up to be able to incorporate the latest information out there around these trends. If you think about their syllabuses, their exam papers, their textbooks, what percentages of those are talking about finance business partnering and digitization? 50% of them? 40%? 30%? It's probably more like less than 5%. So, who's then really responsible? And I sort of say we need to look at ourselves, and we're responsible for providing leadership, for stepping up and talking about what does it all mean and how we can do something about it. So this Strength in the Numbers we're bringing to you is there to help and to bring you the practical advice, the real stories, the hard-won lessons of leaders in finance and business, so that you can begin to deconstruct the key strengths, strategies and qualities that you need to remain relevant today and tomorrow, as well as how to practically apply them to elevate the impact and value and difference you make for your organizations, but also to have a fun, rewarding and successful career in accounting and finance. Now, if these ideas interest you, then please listen to our show. We've interviewed a number of people already as part of launching it, and each one of them has really exciting ideas to share with you and their hard-won lessons and their real-life success stories. And what I would love if you could do for us is, one, take part in the logo competition, selecting the logo that you like the most before we launch. But then after that, perhaps provide your comments to us. Connect with me on LinkedIn at Andrew Codd on LinkedIn, or email me personally at andrew@sitnshow.com and tell me what works for you. what's not working for you, what could be better, suggest guests that we bring on or topics we cover personally. And that way, how about we all come together and actually build a better future for our profession? I fundamentally believe in the strength in our numbers, and if we keep building our strength in the numbers, we're going to have a really fun, rewarding and successful career for ourselves, but also improve the success of our own organisations. And coming back to my fundamental point, good finance helps us develop a well-functioning society for our communities, our families, our friends. So let's keep building the strength in the numbers. Thank you for investing time by listening to me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the shows. Thank you.